Honey, is anything different over here?
No, why?
My microphone is freshly lubricated. What is up, folks? From an undisclosed basement location in North America, this is CJ Haddock and show producer H2, Helen Haddock.
Hi.
This is the Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast. Helen, stop admiring your ability to generate downloads over there. You're very popular, Helen, as we found out. Listen, sports fans, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you can send us an email at painangercomedy@gmail.com. More email, listener email, up at the end of the episode today.
Oh, yay.
Find us on Twitter at Pain Anger Comedy. You can subscribe to us and download on iTunes. And we're also on SoundCloud and YouTube. And you can get episodes directly from our website, painangercomedy.wordpress.com. Also, if you're going to shop on Amazon, click the Amazon.com link on our website. It'll take you right to Amazon. It's one extra click, but we get credit for sending you there.
It's one extra click, but it means so much to us.
Helen, what are we talking about this week?
Everything and anything.
This weekend's summer barbecue has come and gone. I've survived.
You're still alive, and there were people in our house.
Helen's going to tell us about Greek food and love, the awkward text of the week, another Facebook argument of the week with Helen and I, probably some news. We'll see if we can fit a goat in that news brief. It's right now.
Listen, if you need to take a minute and exercise your old mouth by blah, 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 or something like that, go right ahead. I mean,
I jumped right into talking. That's the problem. I didn't properly warm up.
Let's go, Mr. McCrusty. We got a show to put on here.
I am still suffering the after effects of my parents joining us for this weekend's summer barbecue, fawning over Helen. Oh, we love Helen. Oh, Helen is this. Oh, Helen is that. Helen is so good for you. Helen is so wonderful.
What's wrong, little jelly?
God damn. I mean, she's okay.
I mean, are you? I'm looking over here, and you're suddenly turning green.
My father, he just can't get enough of Helen.
I love me some Pop Haddock.
You know, you bake the guy some banana cookies, and all of a sudden, he's your best friend.
Listen, I wasn't going to bake banana cookies until I found out he was coming down, and then I hustled to get him some banana cookies.
But he loves you.
I love him.
He
He's
really
awesome.
does. So a shout out to Mom and Dad for coming down yesterday. I did survive.
Of course you survived. You would have survived. And you even said to me just now in the car on the way home that it was really nice seeing your parents.
Oh, I wish you hadn't have said that, Helen.
Oh, poor.
I don't like when I'm portrayed as having human characteristics.
Okay, then what do you want? Like,
I don't like
monkey
that. I don't
characteristics?
I don't want secret getting out that I'm a nice guy or human, because I'm not.
Those are secrets, because you said secret. But, here's the thing. You're a little human.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. Mm-hmm. It was good to see Mom and Dad, though.
It was. It was a really nice barbecue. It went really well.
Low key,
kind of chillaxing. Of course, I cooked up a storm, and had a good time.
They're never.
I wish they would come more.
They're never as bad as you think. The summer barbecues. It was okay. I was dreading it, as you know.
You dread everything. You dread going to the mailbox to get the mail because you might see someone.
That's true. But it went quickly. Didn't it go quick yesterday?
Well, you were chillaxing, and I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So
I know. We all know, especially my father, how wonderful Helen is.
I love him.
Blah, blah, blah.
Listen.
I'm so happy my sonny boy had someone to take care of him.
See, they realize the truth. You, on the other hand, are caught in denial.
What is the truth?
The truth is
that you're great.
No, I'm not saying I'm great. Not by a long shot. But I do try and make a positive impact in your life.
Oh, you make an impact, all right. I don't know if it's positive, but there's an impact.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Well, Helen, you did cook up a storm yesterday, which
I did.
We'll get to in a minute. But a part of the reason I'm a little bit behind here now is Helen has been chomping at the bit to get down here and start talking, and I don't know why.
Well, it's because every Saturday, it used to be Saturdays were our recording days.
That's
And
right.
Saturdays have become a little busier lately. And then Sundays, normally, we've been recording. And, you know, you always got to be recording right around Game of Thrones. And last week, I didn't see the episode because we were recording. And then I went upstairs and I fell asleep. And I was so busy with work, I didn't get to see it. And then when I sat down to actually see the freaking episode, I fell asleep because I was so tired.
Oh, God.
And you know how important Game of Thrones is to me.
Well, have you caught up yet? Are you caught
I
up?
haven't. I saw part of the last episode
Okay,
because I was
all right.
tired and asleepy.
Listen, relax. You can watch those episodes whenever you want. That's the beauty of on-demand TV.
Yeah, but I feel like I really am behind, and I wanted to get down here, of course, put out a quality product for our wonderful listeners.
No, Helen, I wonder if you just want to just check this off the list like you do with everything for me. If I'm just another box on your to-do list.
I don't make weekend to-do lists. That's you, weirdo.
Speaking of which, I did not make one this weekend, and I feel a little bit unsettled.
You feel naked?
That's why maybe that's why it's such a rough opening.
No, I think it's just because you're old and forgetful.
This podcast wasn't on my weekend to-do list because there was no weekend to-do list.
You knew that we were going to record this weekend, so I don't want to hear your garbage.
You know, okay. All right.
Well, you know, one thing you did check off your weekend to-do list was you worked out today. And I find it quite amusing that Mr. Rock and Roll, Mr. AC/DC,
Oh, shit.
Mr. Ozzy, you're not an Ozzy Osbourne, Guns N' Roses kind of guy.
That's right.
I came outside and I'm like, I was standing literally next to you.
That's right.
And you couldn't sense me there because you had your earbuds in and they were blasting. But as I got closer, I heard a female voice and it sounded a little poppy. And I thought for a second, is he listening to Katy Perry? And then you were like, no, it's not Katy Perry. It's that Jessie James. And
Jessie J, not Jessie James.
J, whatever her name is.
Jessie J, British.
Whatever. She.
It was popish.
It's very popish.
But honey, when you see Big Daddy banging on the heavy bag out there in the garage with his arms and chest glistening in the heat of the garage,
Please spare us.
you must on some level, encounter some thoughts of arousal watching me do that.
Okay, A of all, that went down a completely different course. And B of all, you were sitting out there hitting the heavy bag to a pop song.
Yes, I
You're
was.
2 seconds away from Hit Me Baby One More Time, which would have been totally appropriate
All
since
right,
you were
so-
whacking the bag.
Maybe next week I'll bring in a list of songs on my iPod. But there is one or two.
Snooze.
There are one or two iPod songs that I'm a little bit embarrassed about. That was one of them, and that just happened to come up in the sequence. But
I think it's hysterical.
Big Papa's got to bang that heavy bag, honey.
Oh, please.
Do you think a body like this just happens? No, ma'am.
No, that takes lots of work.
No, ma'am, it doesn't. Well, Helen, why don't you, while I have the note in front of me, talk a little bit about what the Greeks think about love and food and the connection?
Well, I think that,
Can I stop you 1 second?
start me. Jesus.
Am I right that when a Greek man on one of the Isles of Lesbos or Crete,
If you talk about a freaking goat, you're sleeping on the couch.
I'm talking about a young man getting engaged and the Greek tradition of love and food. Isn't it true that when a young man goes to his affianced person's house, he presents the prospective bride's father with a dead goat? Is that how that goes?
I might give you a pillow. You might get a pillow tonight. That's it.
Is there not some sort of goat presentation if I want to marry somebody?
For every time you say goat,
Dear sir,
I'm going to hit you where it hurts.
it'd be fun out there, boys and girls. You could do a drinking game and take a shot every time the word goat comes up on the show.
I'll take a shot. I'll take a shot at your head is what I'll do.
So honestly, there's no goat presentations?
Oh my God.
Why are goats so integral to the Greek culture?
If you talk about freaking goats, well, even your dad said something about you talking about goats. So
Yeah, enough with the goats already.
enough with the goats. It's gotten old. It jumped the shark a while ago.
Honey, you did prepare a good bit of food, and of course, I rock the grill, but all kinds of good stuff. But tell me a little bit about that Greek food equals love. That's when I met you, and if you could tell by the wedding pictures, you made me very rotund in the beginning.
I made you voluptuous.
Yes. And I've had to fight that voluptuousness ever since. see, you people, you think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, most guys would not complain about having a wife that can cook the shit out of every meal.
No, well, how about complaining about being voluptuous?
Well, voluptuous, there's more to. If you call yourself Big Papa, you might as well put the big in the Papa.
Listen, there's more to love. There's also more to haul down the ice as I skate. You follow?
Yeah, I follow.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
So, Greeks and love and food, it's just, I mean, it's a Greek thing, but it's also sort of a Helen thing. I want to feed people.
Yeah, well, stop feeding me.
It's just the way that I am. Like, I like being able to cook things, and for me, food is like art. I'm creative with it, and you know, I never follow a recipe.
Yeah,
And
I know.
even that annoys you even when I'm baking, because you're like, what are you doing?
Baking is precise. It's supposed to
No,
be. Anyway.
it's not.
It's supposed to be.
It is not. And I don't think you've ever had a complaint about anything I've baked. So
Probably not, but, I don't know. That's not good. My dad loved those banana cookies, boy.
those are special.
Man alive.
Those are special banana cookies just for him. It is quite delightful.
Let me ask you something. What's the point of loving someone to the point of giving them a heart attack or coronary artery disease?
Listen, you're going to freaking get coronary artery disease anyway. You like filet-o fishes and Big Macs and
I don't
shit.
eat them. I don't eat them.
Well, listen, the stuff I make is not that horrible. And you have to admit
my
that
God.
I have cut back a whole lot.
Yes, it's very your peanut butter chocolate chip cookies are extremely healthful.
Listen, poor Alex did not get one cookie yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I felt bad for him because we grow wide. He grows tall. So I felt really bad for him. So I made him some more peanut butter chocolate chip cookies.
Yet another reason to hate Big Al.
Listen, I'm sure you went through puberty at one point.
Not yet.
And-
Still waiting for that.
Right.
Hoping.
Right. And, I mean, he's like Stretch Armstrong. Every time I look at him, every time your poor parents see him, they feel like he's grown another foot.
Helen, you're all over the board here. We're talking about Greek food and love. And,
I'm all over the board. You take shit down the wrong path.
what are you talking about?
You just go everywhere and wherever your little brain wants to take you. But okay. So Greeks and food and love.
Oh, about frickin' time.
I did say that. You realize that. I talked about that. And I said,
Oh, you did?
yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't listening.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Let's get your Alzheimer's checked out here, Pappy.
I wasn't listening.
No, it's just you feel the need to take care of people. And I am a fixer. I'm a nurse, right? So I'm a fixer. I'm a nurse. I'm, all these types of things. And, food is one of the ways that I feel like I, am able to express myself, A, and B, make others happy.
And I hear my mother right now. Thanks for fixing my sonny boy, Helen.
Oh, poor Anime. I am still trying to fix.
It's the only voice I can really do. Anyway, Helen, have you ever actually prepared goat in any form? Do you have any Greek goat recipes you might want to put on the website? If any of you out there have any goat recipes, send your goat recipes to painangercomedy@gmail.com. We will take the 2 or 3 best goat recipes and put them up on the website under the goat recipe section. All right. Is that enough goat talk for this week, do you think, Helen?
Which couch do you prefer? The living room? The den?
Hey, it was a nice day yesterday. It was not that hot.
No, because it stormed like the Dickens the day before.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad you stumbled upon that because we've had trouble with temperature-controlled devices this week at this goddamn house. Here at the new Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast Studios, I have had an ongoing battle with the HVAC unit. It appears to be running now, but it was hot earlier in the week, and I was hot under the collar, boys and girls.
Yeah, you were pretty fired up about it because every time the service or repair person came, the whatever it was that didn't work suddenly did.
It's as if it had a mind of its own.
It was just punking you.
And then the ice maker stopped in the refrigerator, and the freezer temp started to go up, and then it went back down and started making ice again. I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's a conspiracy.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
The ice maker and the air conditioning compressor have colluded.
And ladies and gentlemen,
There's collusion between the two.
there is collusion. I like a nice 68-degree sleeping environment. So when I have to sleep in, one night, I think we had the ceiling fan going, but god dang it, I hate when the air conditioning goes out.
You realize you sound like a big whiny baby.
Oh, boy. Okay.
What about all those people in like Oregon and Seattle, and those places don't have any air conditioning. They never did. And the temperatures
What?
there have reached like 100, 110.
People don't have air conditioning in Oregon?
No, they don't have air conditioning because it's always chilly there. It's like cool there, and nobody has air conditioning.
All right.
Because you never really thought that it was going to get that warm.
Now you've piqued my interest. You're saying that in Oregon, is it illegal to have an air conditioner?
It's not illegal, but it's not customary for it to be built with. It'd be like you living in, I don't know, Vancouver and putting air conditioning in your house.
There's no air conditioning in Canada now? Is that going to be your position?
Oh, you know what? Why don't you look it up? Why don't you look up houses in Oregon or Seattle or something like that, where those places have no air conditioning? Because guess what? It never got that hot. And you would have a door open, a window open, a fan, and there would be a breeze, and it would be perfectly fine. And now they're out there chasing the devil down the street because it's so freaking hot. They think they're in hell.
U.S. climate data, annual high temperature, Oregon, 63.6 degrees.
The past week or so is what I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying, according to this data, you appear to be right that it doesn't get very warm in Oregon.
Well, gee, who thunk it? The girl was right.
Well, why am I not living in Oregon then?
Because, I don't know.
Helen, pack your bags. We're moving to Oregon.
Are we?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
What are you going to do in Oregon?
Yeah, average annual. Wait. Let's drill down, as they say. I'm looking at some climate data online. Oregon coast. Average temperatures for Oregon in July. Holy shit.
Exactly. They don't need air conditioning out there.
In July,
Right?
67?
Yes.
Now see, here. Willamette Valley. Average daily temperatures in July, 82, 81. See? Okay. 91 in Medford, Oregon.
Right now?
No, that's daily average temperatures.
No, this is record breaking.
Eastern Oregon. Ontario, Oregon, Pendleton, 88, 94. So it gets hot in Oregon.
There are on the side that is closest to the Pacific Ocean.
Yes.
It is not that warm.
That's true, because these high temps are in Eastern Oregon. So there is a high differential in average temperature between Eastern Oregon and Western Oregon, I guess.
Exactly.
Oh.
And like people in Seattle, it's normally cold and rainy in Seattle.
Honey, you also understand that I don't give a rat's ass if someone in Oregon has a problem if I can't have 68 degrees to sleep in, right? You get that.
Hashtag spoiled.
How does it affect me is the question.
You're
Helen,
not the center of the universe.
I am the center of my universe, Helen.
Well, your universe is
and you
quite
know what?
small.
I should be the center of yours.
Am I the center of yours?
Always.
Never.
Birthday's coming up, Helen.
Oh, boy.
You and I both.
Oh, I don't want to think about it.
I do. I want to propose that we each do not get each other a gift.
That is some bull dookie. And I
we-
can say dookie on the air.
We put the money jointly towards something like a trip or...
That is a cheapskate. And now, I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about the cost of an item at all. But when you get into that stupid garbage of, let's not buy each other a present, let's save money, let's do this, let's put it towards that, it is crap. Because that just gives you an excuse to be lazy.
Oh, that's true.
It gives you an excuse to not put effort into your relationship.
Well, Helen, I mean, we're married. Why do I have to put any effort into it?
Because I can easily just walk out the door.
You saying you can unmarry me?
I can unmarry you, peace and hair grease.
I will not unmarry you. Do you know why I said so last week?
You don't want to move the
I'm
furniture.
too lazy to move furniture. You've got lifetime tenured because I'm lazy. So, see, laziness can work to your advantage, Helen.
No, laziness in this situation is
Yes.
nobody's advantage.
Nobody's advantage.
No, because if I see that you're not putting forth any effort into the relationship, why should I put any effort back?
Well, because you love me, of course.
But why don't you do it then?
That's easy. Well, because I've married you already. I've already done my job.
That doesn't mean anything. You could buy the chicken. You got to go home and cook it is what counts. And you ain't cooking. You ain't cooking with
man.
propane.
We started with the barbecue. We got off the rails. We went to Oregon, the temperature in Oregon. It's 20 minutes in already. I don't even know what the hell we talked about yet.
Everything and anything. You know, it's funny because I was pimping us out on Twitter, and I said something about someone was asking to describe it, and I said it's two hot-headed married people talking about everything and anything. And that's literally what this is.
That covers it.
It does, because, I'm a little more hot-headed than you are, and I admit to that.
Yes, you are.
But you are equally as stubborn and grumpy.
Mm-hmm.
So on this little topic of the barbecue and
Sing
things
it.
like that,
Sing it, sister.
let's talk about inappropriate, and not that there were any this time, but let's talk about inappropriate guests. So
You mean guests who behave inappropriately?
Yes.
Not people who are inappropriately invited.
No.
Okay. We had none of these yesterday.
None of these yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. So
Is this just for barbecues or does this apply to any social setting?
pretty much in any social setting.
Okay.
I know that Greeks, when they go to different, baptisms and weddings and things like that, there's always that one little old lady who will sit there and her chicken's been cooked too long, the lemon's not lemony enough, the water's not cold enough. How could they not spend enough money and do this?
Complainers.
Yes, there's you've been invited to something.
Okay.
People have put forth money and they try to do the best that they can, because no one wants to put on a shitty party or a crappy baptism. And the same way with a barbecue. Nobody wants to put on a bad barbecue. But when you have these people that sit there and they think that you cannot see them or you do not know what they're saying, and then they're talking smack about your food or something else, those are the people I feel like punting out of my house.
How much effort did you put into preparing this topic? You have any other inappropriate guests? Oh, I'm getting the look. All right. Are there any other inappropriate type of guests at barbecues, Helen?
Yeah, a CJ Haddock. He's an inappropriate guest.
Hey, listen. I have no complaint, no problem with anybody not inviting me to their barbecue. But any others? But I know the type you're talking about. Everyone has an aunt who's about 90.
Who loves to talk about, the beef is going to get stuck in her dentures and she's going to have to buy extra Polident to hold it in. And
Or the goat tastes too gamey. Something like that, if it's like a Greek affair.
I really hope the couch is comfortable for you.
We're getting a Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast Memorial Goat. He'll be our mascot. He'll be our show mascot. We'll have to come up with a name. For those of you who want to help name the Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast Goat, send us an email to painangercomedy@gmail.com. Probably something like Aristophanes or, I don't know, Stephophilos or Snuffleupagus. Well, I'm getting...
Why don't we call him Phivos?
What does that mean?
He's the god of fear. Because I'm going to put the fear of God in you if you don't stop talking about goats.
All right, enough with the goats, CJ.
Yeah, enough with the goats. Let's talk about how you can't chillax on weekends.
Okay. I tell you what.
I noticed that every time a topic
Yo.
is specifically about you, you're suddenly interested in it. But if it's about anything else.
Okay, you're right. Let's talk about how you are over-relax on weekends.
So here's the thing.
Could we do this at the other side of the break there?
All right, we'll do it on the flip side.
All right, honey. Don't you love her? She is a good sport, though. You're a great sport, honey. I love you very much. And of
This
course,
is like my version of purgatory.
as my parents think the world of you. You rescued your sonny boy. Where was I? Oh, 5-4 Club, everybody. Looking good doesn't need to cost a fortune. 5-4 Club is revolutionizing the way men shop. At 5-4 Club, they found a way to make great-looking clothes affordable for everyone. 5-4 Club also understands that your time is extremely valuable. Don't waste it at the mall or wandering around in stores. Each month, 5-4 Club sends you a curated box of 2 to 3 items that are handpicked to match the current season and your style. 5-4 Club partners with cutting-edge designers and brands so that you'll get the same top quality as top designer clothes for way less. They've been helping men with fashion for 15 years and ship to 100,000 men every month. Among them, Chris Paul, NBA star, and Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark
Mark and the Funky Punch.
is a 5-4 Club member.
Good vibrations.
That's
When he was really Marky Mark and he showed his Calvins.
5-4 Club is also featured in GQ, Vice, and InStyle, among other publications. They know what they're doing, so if you don't, that is okay. 5-4 Club will help you build your wardrobe one time per month, because when you look good, you feel good. It's a fact of life.
Wait, hold on. Do you guys get to keep the clothing that's in there?
Yeah.
That's some bull schnizzle, because the women's version of that They send it to your house, and whatever's in there that you want to buy, you have to buy it, and it's pretty expensive.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because I'm going to explain that whole concept right now. You get $120 worth of clothes every month for just $60. You can pause or cancel anytime, no commitments, and as a 5-4 Club member, you'll also receive up to 50% off in their online shops and access to exclusive members-only items. So I guess you pay $120 or $60 a month, you get twice as much in clothing. Free shipping and size exchanges. Go to 54club.com right now. 54club.com. The Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast proceeds immediately. Helen, stop checking your voicemail. I mean email. All right, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, why you can't relax on weekends and you drive me crazy.
Yeah, all right. Go ahead.
So I work all week. Sometimes I'm even on call on weekends.
True.
Get tired. There has to be a day for me to just unplug. My job is not only physically stressful, but it is mentally and emotionally taxing. So when I come home, I just want a day, and I'm totally, even on the day, like today, I wanted to just zone out. I was tired from preparing all that stuff and all the hoopla yesterday. I wanted a day to just chill out. Like, I don't care what I'm watching on TV. I just want to watch something on TV that is mindless, that I don't have to think about. And I don't want to get up. I don't want to have to do anything. But guess what? You come in there and you're like, hey, what are we going to do today? What are we going to accomplish today? Blah, 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 blah. That's because you sit on your butt all week and I'm the one running around. And then you feel guilty if you're not doing something on the weekend. Mm-hmm. Even on days like today where I didn't have anything quote unquote planned, I still do stuff and accomplish stuff. It's just that I'm like, I got to chill out. Everybody's got to chill out.
And what are you saying? You're saying I can't do that? I don't do that?
No, Antsy Pants.
Wow.
You don't.
Okay, I don't.
Unless you like sit on the couch and watch CNN, which, I've seen more of Anderson Cooper in the past 6 months than I have my entire existence.
Coop!
Yeah.
My dad wants me to watch more Fox. He wants me to watch. He wants more Fox News in my viewing diet. He told me yesterday.
He would love for you to watch some Hannity.
Yep, that's right. He did mention that. Get me some more Hannity.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hey, Helen.
Hey, what?
That was pretty good. That's a good observation. I do tend to be a little bit antsy.
You are antsy-pantsy.
How many interior decorators are we going to try before we finally realize it's just not for us?
Listen, you're going to get me fired up here because...
I know I am. That's exactly why it's on my notes here.
It drives me crazy. So we went through, we've had two different interior designer, decorators, whatever, come to the house. The first lady, very nice, brought along her assistant. So she starts telling us about this kitchen that she made for this client of hers that had a fondue station and another side that had a hibachi grill and a vortex of fire.
That assistant was something, wasn't she?
Shut up.
Okay.
Anyway, so, so then she's like, okay, so you guys have to sign $1,000 retainer for me to get started.
Oh my God.
I don't think so.
So what did we do, Helen?
So I went on House, whatever the app is, and I find this lady, and our realtor had mentioned that she had worked with her before. So I thought, okay, this lady seemed really nice. So this lady comes to the house and she's a little weird. Like she's wearing white sandals, and any girl knows white sandals with a little, it's not even a kitten heel. It's like a 1980s slingback looking thing.
What?
And I just kind of was like, okay, this lady's supposed to be our interior designer. So anyway, I let her in. She starts talking, blah, blah, blah. So gave her a couple of ideas of what we were looking for. And then she came back, 4 days ago? And she starts bringing out sketches and designs and this and that. And then she goes, okay, so the total for everything is $12,000. And I literally almost peed my pants because $12,000 for 2 chairs, a valance, a rug, and I think a couple of lamps. You must be kidding.
Didn't you see you saw a quote?
I was looking at the valance that she had for our kitchen, and it was, she had it all computer generated, and there were some numbers next to it, and the numbers were so long that I thought it was a serial number. Like, no shit. I felt like one of those, like, out of place, like Pretty Women when she goes into the store and they kind of make fun of her. That's what I felt like. But you know what? me and my very cheap ass went
Yeah.
onto Amazon and found gorgeous valances that are, I would say, even nicer than the ones that she had. And guess what? Hers were $3,000 and mine were less than $150.
So here's the point, Helen, which you illustrated wonderfully. A, there's no such thing as a cheap interior decorator.
Hell to the nah.
And B, anybody with half a sense could do their own decoration anyway.
I mean, here's the thing.
Who knows-
Decorating makes me antsy. The same way sitting still makes you antsy, this makes me antsy because I always feel like, is this right? Should I do it this way? It just, bothers me a little bit. So I always tell people, I can save your life. I'm not the greatest decorator. But listen,
But
for $12,000, my ass will become a nice decorator.
Who's going to know, honestly, who's going to know the difference between a valance that you get somewhere locally, that a curtain, for those of you out there who don't know what a valance is, because I didn't either. Who's going to know the difference between something you get locally, which is reasonably priced, and this bullshit, which is like $3,000?
They're both going to rip. They rip the same way.
Yeah.
So I would much rather have my money than do something like that. I mean, and people came through the house yesterday and they like the way that it's been set up.
They were very complimentary. And Helen, you have an eye for design. So, look online, look at some pictures, and then buy the stuff cheap. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Interior.
I don't know who could drop 12 grand on stuff and it's not even your whole house. If this lady was telling me she would put appliances in and she was, redoing every room in our house, $12,000 might seem still steep, but a little more reasonable. $12,000, I don't even get a freaking couch out of that.
Now listen, anybody out there who does interior design, who doesn't overcharge their customers, send us an email at painangercomedy@gmail.com, because you're unique, because the designers that we've looked at, the money is, what would you say, Helen? Outrageous?
Highway robbery.
It is highway robbery, Helen.
Highway robbery, because you have poor, undecorative souls that you're taking advantage of.
That's true, and that's some bullshit, and that brings us to another issue, which is, I wonder if they just try to quote you this incredibly high price, and people who either have enough money to piss around or don't bother checking, maybe they get away with it. I don't know.
I'd like to know what idiot would pay $2,000 for a valance.
If you're an idiot who would pay $2,000 for a valance, send us an email at painangercomedy@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have you on the show and we'll interview you. Helen, are you ready for me to go over our awkward text of the week, Helen?
Which, by the way, everybody in my unit enjoyed. Can I just tell you
Yeah, this
that?
one's a beaut. This
Oh,
one
it's
is a beaut.
lovely.
We had a couple of fellas at the house doing some work. Nice enough guys. One of them was named Larry. And they did some work, left. And I noticed that there was a small toolkit left on the kitchen table. So I texted Larry. I had Larry's number. And I intended to text Larry the following. Larry, you left a small toolkit and some screws at our place this morning. Through the magic of autocorrect, Larry actually got the following text. Larry, you left anal toolkit and some screws at our place this morning. So Larry gets this text, and I'm sure he's wondering what an anal toolkit is. And did he leave his anal toolkit at my house?
Right.
And we eventually resolved the misunderstanding. But how about that autocorrect?
Well, I think it's kind of funny because you texted me that, and before he actually even responded, and my response to you was, and I had been here for part of it, and I had to leave to go to work for part of it, and I said, honey, what kind of party did this become after I left?
How about it?
I mean, you're talking about anal toolkits and screws. Hello?
How did autocorrect turn Larry, you left a small toolkit into Larry, you left anal toolkit?
Well, here's the thing. Autocorrect only works based on stuff that it recognizes you texting. So you must text a lot about booties.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. You must be texting a lot about anal stuff.
So the artificial intelligence in my phone
Thinks that you're talking about
thinks
buttholes.
that I use the word anal a lot.
Thinks that you talk about buttholes.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
Well, there you go. It's on me, Larry. Anyway, Larry, I hope you get your anal toolkit back. and your small toolkit. And best of luck to you in future, what do you call endeavors?
Yes.
Helen,
Yes, dear.
it's time for the argument of the week.
Oh, boy.
And we're going right back to the well that we went to last week because it was apparently, based on the reviews, some of you are kind enough to send in from iTunes and what have you, it was a show highlight.
Uh-huh.
We,
I have people that think that you blew that whole thing out of proportion.
I'm certain you do, and I'm sure among them are your ex-boyfriends, Tommy Three Toes and Jimmy Longhair and I don't know who else.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Frank Potato. You know how we give your ex-boyfriends like funny names.
I wish I could do the same with your ex-girlfriends, but you don't have any.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like Sandra Geritol and,
Oh,
I mean, Tina Massengill. Or Mary Mothballs.
oh my God.
Yeah.
What are
It'd
you
be
saying?
like Bonnie Boniva.
Are you saying that my ex-girlfriends would tend to be older than your boyfriends, including Jimmy Sourpuss and...
Even if you counted my ex-boyfriend's age in dog years, they still wouldn't equal your girlfriend's in regular age.
Wow, that is brutal. As you, with your hubris, that's a Greek word,
Yes.
as your 39th birthday approaches, might I remind you.
Oh, stop. What should I do for my 39th birthday, listeners? What should I do?
39th birthday is tough for Helen, so if anybody has any ideas about what Helen should do on her 39th birthday, aren't you scheduled to work on your birthday?
I'm scheduled to work on my birthday.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I think that what I'm going to do is I've always had this idea in my head to run a half marathon. So I think that is what I'm going to try to accomplish in this 39th year.
Oh, in the year, like not on your 39th birthday, because that's like 20 days away.
No, I'd probably pass over and die. But I think I'm going to try to do that this year. I'm going to try to run a half marathon.
Wow. 13 some miles?
13.1.
Yeah.
Yeah. 13.1. I mean, I'm going to do maybe a few like 5Ks just to kind of warm up for it. But I'm really going to try to do that this year. That might be something to check off the list.
Well, good luck to you, honey. Did you know, I mean, I'm sure you know this, but you know that the marathon, that event originated in Greece.
That's right.
Became an Olympic event.
That's right.
And I
if you
think
say
it's-
something about goats, I swear
It's
to
20,
God.
no, it's 26
miles.
26 miles and 385 yards. It was initially run as a road race. And the event, it says, according to Wikipedia, instituted in commemoration of the fabled run of Greek soldier, help me with this one, Helen, Phidippides, Phidippides, Phidippides.
Yeah.
He was a messenger in the Battle of Marathon. Mm-hmm. According to
Hence the term marathon.
Right. According to legend, Phidippides was chasing a goat. I'm reading it right from Wikipedia. Right from Wikipedia.
Didn't they ever tell you not to read Wikipedia?
So once again, we see the importance of the goat in Greek civilization.
Every time you say goat, I'm going to go to a store and buy something new.
Anyway, you saw that goat joke coming, didn't you?
A mile of
Yeah.
freaking way.
I'm really playing the shit out of the goats. The argument of the week this week, Helen, is another Facebook-related argument. This one's less. Last week was knocked down, drag out, and I listened to that argument like 2 or 3 times. It was interesting, but we really kind of just ended up going around in circles.
Right, because you can't see the right.
Right, because you couldn't see why I thought it was perhaps passively aggressive to post an article entitled
Why my husband's an asshole?
"Why Your Soulmate Sucks." Why being married to your soulmate is so wonderful, but he's a jackass.
It wasn't that. It was why even being married to your soulmate.
Yeah, well, we've done that, so we're not doing it this week. This week, Helen, is a little bit more tame argument.
Oh, here we go.
Stop with the goddamn uplifting, happy messages of hope. Will you please? Tomorrow's only a day away.
Okay, Orphan Annie.
You're the best you can be today. Love yourself and you can love another. Stop. Everybody out there with the uplifting, hopeful. There's no hope. There's no hope.
There's no hope.
Don't give people hope.
Apparently there is hope because there was hope in your life because you got saved.
Don't wish for hope. Don't offer hope. Life is hopeless. Mm-hmm. And when you see these Facebook little inspirational bullshit messages, it gives you the impression that there's hope. There's no hope to be had. Hope's gone.
Actually, hope dies last. That's a Greek saying. Ελπίδα πεθαίνει τελευταία.
Oh. Your feed is your business.
Now suddenly my feed is my business. But now you're getting all up in my biz talking about what I should and shouldn't post.
Unless it becomes my business.
How is it your business? How is that your business?
If you post my husband's an asshole, that's my business. But that's
what if
last
I posted, ladies, fear not.
Yeah.
Every man is a jackass.
Well, again, that would, I think, reflect on me. But I know you post these things like the sun's coming up, or it's
Why
always...
did you suddenly just become your mother?
I don't know. It's always darkest before the dawn, and you're beautiful, and bullshit like that. Some of you aren't beautiful. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, have you taken a look in a mirror, Cupcake?
I was just going to say, I'm not beautiful. If I read a Facebook post or a message that says, you're beautiful, I know that's horse shit in a handbag. I know that. Yes.
Really?
You see, Helen, your stupid, hopeful Facebook messages, they discourage reality.
Really?
Yeah. Now, this is not to say the good stuff does. Boy, you should see the look I'm getting right now. This is not to say that good things don't happen in the universe. Mm-hmm. Good things do happen. But when they happen, it's a complete accident of the universe.
Really?
Yes. Anything good that ever happens, it's a freak of coincidence.
Oh, okay.
And that's my view.
So you're saying that if you live a decent life and you're a good person, that if a good thing happens to you, it's just a freak of nature.
Yeah, it's a mistake. It's somebody who tried to screw you made a mistake.
I feel like your guardian angel has taken a shit on your head.
Do you think? I mean, you. Let me ask you this.
What?
Let me ask you this.
Right.
Why do chicks like those hopeful, stupid, sappy messages?
Because life is difficult. And sometimes if you go on there and you're beating yourself up about something and you read something that really just kind of touches your heart, if you can help someone and maybe someone's just having a really crappy day.
Yes.
And they see something that maybe kind of like they go, okay, well, maybe there's something at the end of the rainbow.
But they should be having a crappy day because the universe is designed for them to have a crappy day. And you said it yourself. What did you say? Life is difficult.
Life is difficult. So why not try to make it less difficult?
All right. Do me a favor.
What do you want?
Get on Facebook right now and post the following on your feed. Life is difficult, period. You want to help somebody? Tell them that.
How about don't get married, period.
Oh, Helen. I love our band. Do people realize, Helen, that this is essentially what goes on in our house even when the microphones are turned off?
This is 24/7.
This is how it is. Mm-hmm. That's the beauty of it. That's the magic of it.
That's why I take antidepressants.
Helen.
What?
Give me a 30-second break so I can drink some water.
So, what do chicks dig, CJ?
You mean other than a crotchety, complaining, dark, disturbed man?
No, that's who they help.
Oh.
But what do they dig?
Chicks dig the long ball.
No.
Chicks dig
Chicks
jewelry.
dig jewelry and flowers.
Flowers, yes.
Oh,
what do you got?
Man, you might be the guy who hasn't forgotten an anniversary or a birthday, but if you're saying that you never, ever, ever have, you're probably lying. For those people that are hard to shop for, like your wife on your anniversary or your sister for her birthday, it's trying to put a round peg in a square hole.
Amen.
So what are you going to do? You don't want to buy something that costs an arm and a leg, but you want to get them something that's going to make them smile and happy. Here we go. The podcast is going to help you out.
Come on.
Pro Flowers
Bring
is
it.
your place to go for flowers. They're fresh, priced right, and they're the perfect gift for literally anyone. And they get delivered straight to your recipient's door. How freaking easy is that? Right now, Pro Flowers has a special offer.
Is frickin' in the... Is that in the copy?
No, your copy's boring.
Okay.
Right now, Pro Flowers has a special offer. Get $10 off your purchase of $29 or more. Pro Flower bouquets are guaranteed fresh for 7 days or your money back. So I guess that means you could send them the crusty flowers on day 6 and say, yo, give me new flowers. They have a 7-step quality check, which means the flowers are always phenomenal. Their website is super easy to use, which means you can schedule your delivery ahead of time or for any date you want, and then get back to your life. Schedule the freaking sister birthday stuff. And if you don't know what your wife wants on her anniversary, let me tell you, it ain't just going to be flowers. Pro Flowers is a no-brainer. And it's a gift for birthdays, anniversaries, any occasion, or my favorite, no occasion at all, when you just want to surprise your wife at work because you're a crotchety old man and you make her life miserable.
Could I just send you flowers for your birthday?
No. I know you either have a birthday or an anniversary coming up, like your wife's on the 23rd. So right now, get $10 off your purchase. This deal is not going to last long. Just go to proflowers.com to get the special deal. Proflowers.com. Saving marriages one bouquet at a time.
Oh, what are you getting me for my birthday?
An attitude adjustment.
All right, we'll get to that the other side of this break. I don't know why flowers isn't good enough. You just gave me the perfect idea for your birthday. You'll be more than happy with a $10 or $12 bouquet of flowers, won't you?
First of all, you and I both know you can't spend $10 or $12 on a bouquet.
Okay,
you'll get like
30?
You'll get like a baby's breath. That's what they'll send you, half of a carnation and a baby's breath for $12.
You won't get much? Is that what you're saying?
No.
How are you doing over there?
I'm good. How are you doing?
All right, I'm doing okay.
Uh-huh.
You want to go over some news this week?
Sure.
All right, let's do some news. Shout out to my man Ken Broom out there, by the way. Ken, as a loyal listener, told me to enough with the teletype noise, so we're going to go without the teletype noise this
Thank
week.
God, Ken. I've told him that for a long time.
Well, there you go. Brooming, good work phoning that in, giving me that information. If any of you have any other suggestions about how we could improve the program, send us an email to painangercomedy@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Helen, Dateline, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
1,700-pound barbecue pit stolen from Albuquerque restaurant.
Holy crap. How do you do that?
I don't know. With a couple of guys, I guess. Police are investigating the bizarre heist of a 1,700-pound barbecue pit from a popular Albuquerque restaurant.
That's not something you think about. Like, there had to be some idiot sitting out there stoned going, I'm going to steal me a barbecue
just gonna
pit.
say that. Somebody was stoned saying, man, that barbecue's good. Let's go get us that pit. The Albuquerque Journal reports that a black and red 200-gallon smoker was stolen early Sunday. Daniel Morgan, owner of Pepper's Old Fashioned Barbecue, said the smoker was cooking up a batch of brisket when it was taken.
Oh, so they took the smoker and the brisket.
That's pretty smart.
Wasn't that thing hot?
You know what? I imagine it would be, wouldn't it?
I mean, I would think so.
Morgan says most of the meat the restaurant serves is prepared in an indoor pit, and he uses the custom pit apparatus for catering gigs. No arrests have been made yet.
Sorry, wedding at the fire hall in Albuquerque. You ain't getting your brisket.
How about that? An 1,800-pound barbecue pit swiped.
That's crazy.
Yep. They must have been pretty stoned.
They must have really wanted that freaking barbecue.
I guess so. Barbecue was good.
Dateline. What's next?
Helen, you remember our wedding day, don't you?
Yes.
There was no... you and I think, went pretty smoothly. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I think it went well.
Okay.
Helen,
Yo.
Dateline, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. A Tennessee bride was arrested hours after saying I do when authorities says she pointed a gun at her groom.
Nice. Get him, sister.
That didn't take very long. Murfreesboro Police Sergeant Kyle Evans told WTFV-TV on Monday that 25-year-old Kate Elizabeth Pritchard was still in her wedding dress when she was arrested on aggravated domestic assault charges.
Was he fornicating with the maid of honor?
I don't know. Evans says officers responded to a report of Pritchard and her husband arguing. Here you go. This is great. This is what being in Tennessee is all about. They were arguing at a Clarion Inn motel a few hours after they were married.
You sure it wasn't at a Hojo?
Police say, police say that, you know what I imagine? You know the Smokey and the Bandit movie? Jackie Gleason played the sheriff, Buford T. Justice?
Yes.
That's what I imagine is investigating this. Anyway,
Oh, God.
Sheriff Buford T. Justice said that the witnesses reported that Pritchard pulled a 9mm pistol out of her dress, pointed it at her husband's head, and pulled the trigger. The gun wasn't loaded.
Obviously.
Police say Pritchard then loaded around in the chamber and fired a shot in the air. Damn, girl!
She wasn't playing.
Holy shit.
Talk about putting your foot down early.
I'll tell you what. See, the news here is interesting. This is better than Hannity Pops. Dateline, Warwick, Rhode Island, Helen. Police in Rhode Island are asking people to be on the lookout for a goat that wandered off of a landscaping job. Warwick police say the goat, which goes by the names Sammy and Frank.
Oh, okay.
I guess one name's not good enough.
He's a bipolar goat.
He turned up missing during a post-work head count on Tuesday. He is owned by the Goatscaping Company, based in
for real.
based in Plimpton, Massachusetts, which offers the ruminants as an alternative to herbicides in the management of vegetation. They chew on weeds.
Yeah.
How about that shit?
Putting the goats to work for you.
Police say that Sammy or Frank has one curly horn and is small, brown, and is generally funny looking. Anyone that spots a goat roaming in the Warwick Neck area or anywhere else in Warwick is asked to call police. And I knew that goats were used for that kind of thing, for like landscaping.
There was something on the Shark Tank about that.
Yeah.
Somebody had a company that was
Right.
trying to get funded to create goat lawnmowers.
Well, Sammy
Frank.
the goat is still, I guess, at large. Let's go across the pond to London, Helen. Dateline London. A British pub has apologized for turning away a group of trainee priests after mistaking them for rowdy bachelor party revelers in costume.
My question would be that why
So-
are priests going to a pub?
Priests can go to a pub. They can drink beer.
Yeah, but if they were in their priest gear,
I've seen priests drink beer.
well, if they were in their priest, what are they called? The Cossacks or whatever?
I don't think they were like in the full, what do they call that, uniform? I think they were in those, black coats with the white collar deal.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were just hanging and banging.
Actually, they're not banging.
That's a figure of speech. The Archdiocese of Cardiff said Tuesday that 7 Roman Catholic seminarians went to the City Arms in Cardiff, Wales last week to celebrate ordination of one of the group.
Oh, so they go get blasted when someone gets to the
somebody got
priesthood.
ordinated. They went for a drink. Father Michael Doyle said the clerics were turned away by a doorman who told them, "Sorry, gents, we have a policy of no fancy dress and no stag do's," which is stag do is British for a bachelor party. Doyle said the group was reprieved when a bar manager realized the clergymen were real.
What did he do? Show him his priest license?
They were actually, listen to this, they were actually allowed in and given a round of beer on the house. Assistant manager Matt Morgan said thankfully they were all great sports and saw the funny side of the situation.
So let me ask you this. If you buy a priest a beer, does that get you into heaven easier?
It might.
He's got that direct, especially in like Roman Catholicism and Greek Orthodoxy, they've got that sort of direct connection to God. And I mean, you buy him a beer, especially if he's the drinking kind, which apparently priests in England are.
Yeah.
Well,
I think in the old days, you could actually pay for what are called indulgences. It's actually supposed to get you into heaven faster.
Yeah, I know. That was a ripoff from the Catholic Church.
Yeah, anyway,
Let's
bunch
not
of
go
priests.
there.
They thought it was a bachelor party. They got in. Dateline, New Holland, Pennsylvania, Helen.
Oh,
Listen up. Police say a Pennsylvania man ranted that there were not enough cucumbers on his Wendy's salad before he threw his food at an employee and made a threat.
sounds like something you would do.
I would never do that.
Sounds like something you would do.
As much as I like cucumbers, I would never do that. Police say they
Can
were...
I get you to say that again?
What? As much as I like cucumbers? That's pretty fun. Okay, that's good. Police say they were called to a fast food restaurant on Sunday afternoon in New Holland after 58-year-old Theodore Gunderson Jr. cursed, threw the salad at an employee and said, "Oh, shit, if I had a gun or knife, you'd be the first to go."
Oh, my God.
Ah, damn, that guy likes cucumbers.
Serious.
The clerk called police, and officers arrived to find Gunderson in his vehicles with the windows rolled up. Police say Gunderson eventually rolled down his window and then tried to drive away as an officer reached inside.
Oh, my gosh.
He remained jailed Friday on aggravated assault, terroristic threats, and other charges.
Well, maybe him and the pistol packing bride can kind
ya.
of get together.
I'll tell you, what is going on in this planet, Helen?
Talk about anger management courses.
God dang. Hey, Helen,
Hey,
let's wind up with some listener email.
okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Last week was a bit of a rough patch with the listener email. I think this week, you're going to find it's going to go a little bit easier.
Right? Is it going to be pick on CJ Day?
I don't know. It's always pick on CJ Day.
No, it's not.
But listen, another great show. Thank you for sitting there because as my father will tell any of you.
And he has too. That's what the funny thing is.
And he has. The show really is nothing without Helen. Aww. Everybody loves Helen. Helen's great. Helen's this.
Whatever.
All right, here we go. Dear CJ, your podcast is mildly amusing, but as a woman with several ex-boyfriends, I take issue with your complaints about Helen's very limited contact with some of her ex-romances on Facebook and such. First, it is obvious Helen loves you very much. From what I gather, you are not very good looking, and you sound like a miserable prick on the show.
You can say prick, but I can't say other things.
This is what the listener wrote. You're lucky to have any woman even look your way, let alone somebody wonderful like Helen.
Uh-huh.
Relax. If Helen wanted to leave you for some ex-loser boyfriend of hers, she would have done it already. So chill out and let her wish the occasional happy birthday to Frank the Potato, Joe Ski Bum, Tommy Four Thumbs, or whoever. Uh-huh. Signed, Katie from Plymouth, Michigan.
Sing it, sister.
Well, Katie, yeah, I mean, I guess you've said quite a mouthful there.
Well, see, we just talked about, we just listened in the car about Howard Stern talking about one of his sidekicks his wife has an emotional friend.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
These things are different. They're different for other people. They're different. Like if you know the boundaries of your relationship and you know what you can and can't cross.
How do I know if you and Jimmy Big Nose aren't? How do I know if Jimmy Big Nose or Johnny Three Ears doesn't think you're their emotional friend?
If I wanted to be someone's completely emotional friend and totally cheat on you, first of all, I am not the cheating type. I have enough problems with one man.
With the one you got?
Yeah. The one drives me to Ativan and psychobenzaprine.
Oh, I'm not that bad. Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Well, anyway, Katie, thanks for writing, and I'll try to be, I guess, a little more understanding. But, Helen's very busy with all the birthday greetings to the long line of boyfriends that she had back in the day.
You're so full of crap.
This one's for you, Helen. Helen, I'm a huge fan. As somebody who listened to both pre-Helen and post-Helen versions of the Pain and Anger Comedy Podcast, I'm telling you straight up, the post-Helen versions are the only ones which are listenable, and they are great. You make the show. CJ sucks. You're great. Signed, CJ's dad.
CJ's dad would say that.
Thanks for writing in,
Love
Dad.
you, Rusty.
I appreciate that. Here's another one. Boy, a lot of debate about the show, the pre and post Helen versions of the show. Uh-huh. CJ, you don't need a co-host to do a podcast. Helen adds nothing to the show. Signed, absolutely nobody.
You're so full of it.
Son of a bitch, I can't catch a break here.
Wowza.
Oh. Anyway, Helen, on this last one, now this one is topical I picked out because you and I sometimes go through this dilemma so that we can agree on,
Nothing?
when we're watching TV.
Okay.
Dear CJ and Helen, my girlfriend and I sometimes have trouble agreeing on what to watch on TV. It seems like if we both get into a groove with a TV show, we can both relax and then binge watch together. Do you and Helen have any shows that you binge watch together, or would you like to binge watch, or that you would like to binge watch together? Signed, James from Searsport, Maine. What do we got, Helen?
Well, we binge watched Ray Donovan for a while.
Yes, I think that's back premiering again.
Yeah, but we would have to catch up because we left off somewhere a
while
we did? Ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one, James Donovan, Ray Donovan.
Yes. And then we started watching House of Cards.
Yep. We may stick with that.
I don't know. The first couple episodes were a little weird.
Okay.
We watched The Crown on Netflix.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's about Queen Elizabeth in her early years.
Now, this isn't necessarily binge watching, but we do like to watch nature shows, with animals and stuff. I love watching the polar bears and the penguins.
CNN? You love CNN?
No, I don't.
Okay, no, CNN's not included.
I'm done with CNN. It makes me want to vomit because I just hear the same garbage over and over again. Everything is breaking news, and it's something they repeated 3 hours ago.
How about Vikings on the History Channel?
You're more a Vikings person than I am. I mean, I watch it. It's kind of entertaining, but I haven't seen it from the beginning. Unfortunately, You're not a Thronesy.
No, I'm not a Thronesy.
You don't appreciate Game of Thrones.
So right now, the only possibility is House of Cards, which we've just started, and if we catch up, Ray Donovan, I guess.
Yeah.
But it is, it's funny. You both have to be hooked.
And you and I, we tend to have somewhat similar tastes in what we watch
We
on
do.
TV.
We do.
I mean, I do have like the 90 Day Fiance kind of
Yeah.
thing, which
Once
I
in a
really
while,
like
I'll
it.
watch that just to sort of have some laughs.
Like it's for laughs, but it's also something so mindless that I don't have to think about. I don't have to, do whatever with, and I just kind of let it be and watch it and, just chillax.
Well, Helen, I guess it goes without saying that you'll be back next week because according to the listener email, it's really not even a question.
Well, I think that this has become a regular gig.
You make the show, Helen.
I don't know if I make the show necessarily.
Well, my dad thinks so.
It's like a hockey team. Does just one player make the team?
No, Helen.
No, it's a group effort.
Well, listen, thank you again.
Mm-hmm.
Are you good?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Well, Big Papa's ego takes another bouncing around this week. As everybody loves Helen. Helen's great.
Oh, Lord.
Helen's this, Helen's that. I mean, already with the Helen. God dang it already.
Listen, I cannot help it if you're crotchety and people respond to a nice human being.
Thanks for another week, everybody. Remember, send us an email with show ideas to painangercomedy@gmail.com. We're on Twitter @painangercomedy. You can get episodes directly from our website, painangercomedy.wordpress.com. We're on SoundCloud, YouTube, and also go on over to iTunes and you can download and subscribe. Write us a review and rate us. Another great week of fun and games. Until we talk to you again, stay angry.
Stay funny.
See you soon, everybody.
Have a good week.
Helen's going to tell us about what...
Man, are you freaking tongue-tied today?
Helen's going to tell us...
Helen's going to tell us everything, apparently, because you can't talk worth shit.
Facebook argument of the week with Helen and I.
Helen, what
Holy
the hell?
shit.
What is going on with you?
I like a nice, cool, 68-degree sleeping environment.
You want to burp in their ear louder?
Is there no air conditioning in Canada now? Is that going to be your position?
Oh, you know what? You can me because when you...
Wow.
Why my husband is a
See, I can't use that. At 5-4 Club, they found a way to make one great-looking clothes. No, they didn't.
One good-looking clothes? One?
At 5...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
At 5... Do you think that the holy shit?
I think if this was not a censored comedy podcast, I would say that they're you.
Oh Jesus! All right. Well, if we couldn't use, what would you call it?
Does that mean he was best?
See, stop with the. I can't. We're not an explicit podcast. Okay. Thanks, Helen. I'm going to put the music on now, so shut up.
Okay.